The Dance of the Elements precon is incredibly fun but incredibly clunky, so here are some upgrades I'd make to it. The commander Ashling the Limitless wants us to be constantly evoking elementals for a cheaper cost to be able to also copy their enters the battlefield ability. So I immediately am looking at tons of cost reducers like Animar, Soul of the Elements, Urza's Incubator, and Herald's Horn. Just keeping Animar around for a couple turns will allow you to quickly start being able to evoke for free, which will allow the deck to get incredibly out of hand. I also feel obligated to mention cards like Roaming Throne, Panharmonicon, and Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. Since the deck is built around the tokens ETBs, these may be boring but are genuinely just the best things you can be doing. With that being said though, what Ashling is doing is creating tokens, so don't look past cards like Parallel Live. Then you could also look into a card like the Master Multiplied, which will prevent you from having to sacrifice your tokens on your end step. Lastly, I'll talk about some of my favorite elementals to add. Soul of the Harvest will be drawing you 2 cards with every evoke. Null Drifter is basically just a second copy of what's already one of the best cards in the precon. Solitude is a really solid removal spell, while Subtlety could act like a counter spell on an elemental. And evoking Life of the Party could just immediately become ridiculous but be a ton of fun. Or you could just turn it into Secret Omnath Tribal, I won't tell anyone. But seriously, the biggest recommendation I could give you in this precon more than any other is to just invest in a couple lands that come in untapped. Playing a Wooburg deck is always pretty hard, especially with a precon mana base, and this deck will often just feel like you're always playing a turn behind if you're only playing tapped lands. So shock lands are the cheapest they've ever been. Maybe consider it if you really want to take this deck seriously. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. What do you think of this precon and how would you upgrade it? And don't forget to follow.